Alright, what's going on, guys? I am bringing you Q&A number 6. It's been like 2 months since my last one. I just kind of forgot. I always forget to do them, so you guys got to remind me if it's been a while and I haven't done a Q&A. Just let me know. Just tweet me, leave a comment or something, because that's the only reason I even remember to do this one. I had quite a few people tweet me that I hadn't done a Q&A in a while, so I decided to make one. But anyways, I got all these questions off of Twitter, so if you want to somehow be involved in the next Q&A, just follow me on Twitter, and whenever I tweet out, just ask me a question, and I might include it in the video. So anyways, all that being said, let's get right into it. So the first like 4 questions I'm gonna do were the most frequently asked questions that I got. I had like 10 people ask me each of these in like their own specific way, but it's all basically the same question. So I'm gonna just throw a bunch of tweets up on the screen and kind of just talk about the topic in general. So we're gonna start with the playoffs and my Super Bowl predictions. So I'll give you guys 2 answers: what my brain thinks is gonna happen and what I would like to happen. So in my brain, I think the Patriots and the Panthers are both gonna win their games, and then the Patriots are gonna win the Super Bowl over the Panthers. Now, what I would like to happen, I want Peyton Manning, obviously, and the Broncos to win, and I want the Cardinals to win, and I want Peyton Manning to win one last Super Bowl as he retires. It would just be like a nice little story, right? But obviously, that seems pretty unlikely. I mean, what's really there to explain? It's fucking Tom Brady. I hate him, but the dude's a fucking winner, so, I mean, I gotta respect it. And then on the other side, before the playoffs started, I would have said Arizona, but after the performance I saw versus Green Bay, like, they just, I don't know, they looked almost scared or something like that. That wasn't the same Arizona team that fucking dominated the whole season, so I don't know what their deal is. So maybe, but Carolina just looked a little bit more impressive, so I gotta go with the Panthers and the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I got the Patriots winning for the simple fact that it's fucking Tom Brady, so yeah. This next question, man, this shouldn't even be a question like this, but, sometimes in a video I'll just troll and say, oh, I'm fucking 40 years old, oh, I'm 36 or whatever, and a lot of people take that seriously, or even if I tweet that out or whatever. So a lot of people are actually confused on how old I am, but I'm actually 23. So yeah, I'm not actually 40 years old. The next question was about streaming. Now, if you have happened to catch one of my streams, I know it's a very rare occasion. I think the last time I streamed was like 8 months ago or something. But if you did get to see it, you know that basically every time I try to stream, it would just fuck up the quality, and I'd have so much technical issues and basically all computer issues whenever I would try to stream. So the good news is I actually am going to be getting a new computer. I've pretty much picked out all the parts and stuff. I just need to kind of finalize it, but it should be happening very soon. So whenever that comes in, I should be ready to stream. And also, I think I'm going to be going back to Twitch. I know that my MLG contract has run out. It was a 1-year thing, and it's been a year, so I believe that has run out. So I'm probably going to go back to Twitch just because it seems that that's what everyone likes, and that's what like most of the pros and stuff all went back to Twitch. I think it's just Nadeshot and Scump that are still on MLG, and that's just because their contract was way longer than everyone else's because they were like the first people there. So I can't give you an exact time frame or anything, but I'm making some moves. We'll see what happens, and hopefully I'll be streaming soon. I don't know. The next questions were kind of all related to working out. So number 1, yes, I do hit fucking legs. I was literally in the bathroom taking a pic of my fucking quads, and I was gonna add it to the video, but I was like, hold on, wait, this is not a fitness channel. People are not used to seeing shit like that, so I probably shouldn't include that. I know most people are probably gonna take that the wrong way if they're not around like the fitness community and stuff, and be like, dude, what the fuck is this homo doing? So I guess you're just gonna have to take my fucking word for it. But yes, I do squat all the way to depth, not no fucking quarter shit. And as far as max lifts go, I don't really lift heavy anymore, but I'll give you an approximation, I guess. Around 275 bench. Actually, oh no, I deleted it. I uploaded that video. At least some of y'all probably saw it. I don't remember. I think I did 245 for 4 or 3, something like that. So around a 275 bench, I would say, and around a 315 squat, 405 deadlift. Although I don't deadlift anymore, so I don't know what I could do right now, but when I actually gave a fuck about deadlifting, it was around 405. And I don't squat anything over 225 anymore, but I can do 225 10 times, so I think that's around a 315 squat, I would say. But yeah, I don't really fuck with anything heavy like that anymore. I did for like 2 years. I was all into powerlifting, but I kind of got tired of that. I'm more into like the bodybuilding type stuff. So yeah. Alright, now it's time for like the regular questions. I got the most requested ones out of the way. I'm Steve-O asked, how long do you plan on doing YouTube? I don't know, actually. I'm taking it a year at a time. Now, I don't really have a long-term goal with it, but 2015 was my best year on YouTube, and 2016, according to the analytics, it's gonna be even better. So at least for 2016, I know that for sure, and I'll reevaluate at the end of the year, see what's up, and see where we go from there. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen in the next 12 months. The next question comes from Arthur. He says, would you rather have to sleep with a guy or a hermaphrodite? Dude, I had to fucking go look up what hermaphrodite was. I forgot what that shit even was. There's way too many weirdos in the world now. I'm just getting confused with all this weird shit. A hermaphrodite has male and female sex organs, so basically like a transsexual. Not to be confused with transgender. That's what I was originally thinking of when I saw the question. I was like, wait, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. So basically, I think hermaphrodite, it's like a transsexual, so it's like, you know, you see in like fucking porn, it's like a female with a dick, basically, right? So I guess I gotta do that one. I mean, if I gotta pick one, not that I'm excited to fucking pick one. At least with the hermaphrodite, I think she got some titties at least, so it's only like 50% gay, whereas another one, you're just fucking gay. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do the hermaphrodite. I don't know, man. Y'all be asking me some weird shit. Like, look at this dude's pick, Arthur. He looks like a young, respectable man asking me some crazy shit like this. Fuck is wrong with you, man, thinking of some shit like this? The next question comes from Smash MLG. He says, if you had an opportunity to be a COD pro, would you run with it? Why or why not? If you asked me that question back in Black Ops 2 or even Ghost, I would have said fuck yeah, I would have been excited to do that. But nowadays, I gotta turn that down strictly because I just don't want to play that much, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play 8 hours a day every fucking day. That just doesn't sound appealing to me anymore. If you could say like, shit, I might still have fucking skill without having to play 8 hours a day, yeah, I'd probably do it, but that's not really how it works, so I gotta turn that down. That's just not me anymore. I probably only play like 10 hours a week now, so going from that to having to play like 40 hours a week, nah, I just couldn't do it. It just doesn't sound appealing to me anymore. The next question comes from Joseph. He says, what would you do if you had a feminist daughter? Well, first of all, she'd be lucky if I fucking claimed her, but under the unfortunate circumstances that I do have a daughter, it is never gonna be getting to that point, because she ain't having no fucking internet access, no computer, no cell phone, definitely no fucking Instagram or Twitter account. Catch my daughter posting some fucking ass pics on Instagram. Hell fucking no, she wearing sweatpants only, double XL, and you going to an all fucking girls school too. Actually, fuck that, you getting homeschooled, because they might be some feminists up in that girls school teaching you some bullshit. You getting homeschooled. My daughter is not about to be no fucking whore. Not on my fucking watch. You got me pissed off just thinking about that happening. That probably will happen to me, just karma for all the feminists that I've been roasting for all these years. I get fucking stuck with one. That would just be the perfect karma, huh? The next question comes from Leo. He says, what's the best pet you've had? Well, I've never like had like a real pet, like a dog or a cat or anything, but I did have a fucking fish when I was younger. It was like a betta fish, you know, you're only allowed to like have one in like a fish bowl or whatever, like you can't put it with other fish. I think it like kills them or some shit, I don't know. But yeah, I had a betta fish. It was blue. I named it Big Daddy, and now that I think about it, that's a weird fucking name for anything, really, and especially just a fish. I don't know, I must have been a weird fucking kid. I was probably like 10 years old, and I'm naming my fish Big Daddy. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I just always been a fucking weirdo, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I had a fish, so I don't know if that counts, but that's all I had. Here we go with the weird shit again. Leo asked, what would you do if you were dating a girl for 3 or more years and later found out she was a tranny? Would it trigger you? Listen, dude, let me make this real clear. I don't know if that mistake is even possible. Like, I feel like you would know, but if somehow that did fucking happen to me, and, you know, I was like, wait, hold on, you're a fucking dude? We're throwing hands right there. We're fighting. I don't care if you're now a fucking female or whatever you fucking identify as, because you may as well identify as these fucking nuts, because we're squaring the fuck up right then and there. That's it. Hands only. No fucking words. The next question comes from Slim. He says, Ghost 2 or MW4? I would be so happy to get MW4. That would be amazing. Let's be real. No one wants no fucking Ghost 2. I mean, come on. They were selling Ghosts for $1, and people still weren't buying that shit. For $1, bro. That should let you know the value of Ghosts right there. I'm just gonna assume they know better than to bring us a Ghost 2. The next question comes from iConfliction. He says, if you had the option to play a season with Curry, Kobe, or Peyton, who would you pick? Alright, well, it's automatically really between Steph or Kobe, because I was never really a fan of playing football. Like, I like watching or whatever, but I played football for 2 years. I never really liked wearing pads, man. Like, I don't know, it just fucking annoys me. I don't like it. You know, like, just playing, like, fucking with your friends or whatever in the backyard or something like that, you know, that's cool or whatever, but actual, like, football with pads and everything, like, I never really enjoyed it, man. I don't know, pads just fucking annoy me. So now, between Kobe or Steph, I gotta go with Steph, and stay with me here, right? Kobe is my favorite player of all time. I'd love to play with him, but when you think about it, that dude ain't never gonna fucking pass you the ball. So you gotta play with Steph, man, unless you just want to be there to fucking spectate. That's cool too. You can't go wrong with either. Just get a front row seat to watching Kobe Bryant play or Steph play. It doesn't matter. But if you want to get the ball, you gotta play with Steph, man. The next question comes from Not Cheddar. He says, would you rather have a full gay son or a full-on feminist daughter? Hold on, why do you say full gay son? Is that a thing now? Can you be half gay or some shit? I don't know. But anyways, 100% you gotta take the son in this situation. Not only are you having a daughter, but she's a feminist? Like, that's just the ultimate combo. Like, it can't get any worse than that. That's it, man. That's the bottom of the barrel. I mean, it'd be a tough call if it was like just a gay son versus a daughter, but I'd still probably pick the son. But if you gotta pick a gay son versus a feminist daughter, that's no contest. We going son every time. The next question comes from Stompaholics. He says, smash any woman on the planet risk-free at any given time, or $10 million every year, but can only smash 3 times a year. I was almost tempted, but you know what? Nah, you gotta take the money. Money over females 10 times out of 10. You almost tempted me with that, but nah. $10 million is a lot of fucking money, and you're getting that every year. You gotta do that, man. And let's be real, if you're getting $10 million a year, you could pretty much get any girl you want regardless. Now, the downside obviously is that it only happens 3 times a year. I guess I'll just have to fucking jerk off into my $100 bills the rest of the year, because I'm taking the money. The next question comes from Just Call Me. He says, would you rather have him as a dad or Eugene as a son? Now, the one question I gotta ask is, if I take him as a dad, do I have to grow up my whole life with that as my dad, or does it just take over my current dad right now? Because if it just takes over right now, I think I might have to take him as a dad. But if I have to grow up, like starting at fucking birth with that fucking thing as my dad, that's not happening. I'll take Eugene as a son. Like, let me explain it to you, right? Just imagine growing up as a child with that as your father. You gotta fucking go to school. That's dropping you off. You going home from school, you waiting to get picked up. That dude's picking you up. You playing sports. That dude's in the fucking stands watching your game. Everyone's like, hey, where's your parents in the stand? And you gotta point at that fucking dude. Nah, sorry, man. I can't fucking do that. You gotta go to parent-teacher conferences, and you gotta be there with that dude. The teacher comes up to you. She's like, oh, Eugene, I'm so happy you brought your mom with you for this parent-teacher conference. And you gotta be like, wait, hold on. That's my dad. Nah, dude, I can't fucking do all of that, bro. Next question is from I'm Steve-O. He says, how many pairs of shoes do you have? I'll throw a little pic on the screen. I got way too fucking many, basically. I've been thinking about doing like a sneaker collection video. I don't know if anyone actually gives a fuck, but let me know if you actually want to see that or not. I might do it. Alright, so anyways, that kind of wraps up the basic questions. I'm gonna just finish off the video with a bit of a lightning round, as I usually do, just answering like quick questions that I don't have to really give much of an explanation for. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. Favorite type of music and best artist in the game right now? Rap and Kendrick. What was your favorite COD to go for stats in? Black Ops 1. When will these weirdos be stopped? Never, man. They will never be stopped. Favorite album of 2015? Probably, if you're reading this, it's too late. Even though I guess technically Kendrick's album was better, I just didn't enjoy it that much. Like, it was no good, Kid Mad City. Like, let's be real. What's your favorite NBA team? The Lakers. Favorite athlete and why? Kobe, simply because I've been watching him for so long, like 15 years since I was really young, so I've been a fan for so long. How long have you been a COD player? I believe we are coming up on 6 years. Damn, that's a lot of fucking time to be playing COD. Dream vacation. Anything that looks like this. What do you rate BO3 out of 10? 7. Would you rather meet Steph or Peyton? Peyton. Alexis, Texas, or Mia Malco. Mia. We don't even need to finish that sentence. Mia. Favorite current rapper and favorite rapper from the past? Drake and Tupac. What is your favorite video on your channel? The Disney Play-Doh Princess unboxing. What is your favorite cereal? Captain Crunch. Favorite sport and why? Basketball. Simply because, you know, that's what I played as a kid. Every fucking day I was playing, so I did that for so many years. And the final question, what do you think is the solution to end feminist? Well, I think Hitler had a pretty good way of going up. Nah, let me just stop. You know what? I think their time's coming, man. People are seeing all the bullshit that they're doing. Their time's gonna come pretty soon. Alright, that's been it for the Q&A, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I answered a lot of questions, man. I see some people doing Q&As, they only answer like 5 questions. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day, and peace out.
You got a secret, like you victorious. I'm back on a Tuesday and fucking feels glorious. I'm on the backbeat, sipping in the backseat, listening to NSYNC. No, not Backstreet.